In the heart of Rwanda, amidst the rolling hills and verdant landscapes, lies the small village of Kibeho. This seemingly ordinary place holds an extraordinary story: the reported apparitions of the Virgin Mary in the 1980s. Venerated as Our Lady of Kibeho, these appearances have drawn pilgrims from across the globe, seeking solace, conversion, and a connection to a powerful spiritual experience. On November 28, 1981, 16-year-old Alphonsine Mumureke from Kibeho High School saw a vision of a beautiful woman emerging from a cloud, bathed in shimmering light. The woman introduced herself as the Mother of the Word and said she wanted Alphonsine and her friends to have more faith and wanted to be loved and trusted to lead souls to Jesus. After the vision, the majority of the people at the school did not believe Alphonsine had seen Mary. However, Mary gradually appeared to 3 other students, then many more. Soon, people became convinced the Mother of God was truly visiting the girl. Thousands of people flocked to watch the visionaries have apparitions of Our Ladies, and faith and goodwill spread throughout Kibeho and the neighboring villages. Expecting something wonderful to occur, over 20,000 people turned out on August 15, 1982, the feast day of the Assumption of the Virgin Mary. However, during Alphonsine's vision, Mary's message was unexpectedly dire. Alphonsine became very upset and later revealed that she was shown horrific images of destruction, rivers of blood, and hundreds of thousands of dead, dismembered, and decapitated bodies. The 2 other visionaries subsequently were shown the same horrifying images. Mary urged the visionaries to warn the people that Rwanda was on the road to destruction if everyone did not cleanse their hearts of hatred. She told them that a small seed of anger can grow into a tree of hatred. During Mary's apparitions to Mary Clare, she assigned the young visionary a mission to reintroduce the 7 Sorrows Rosary, which had been instituted in the Middle Ages but fell out of use, and recalls the sorrows Jesus and Mary faced during their lives. After the visions, 2 separate investigation commissions were established to find out if the visionaries had any medical or mental health conditions and to evaluate if the messages were theologically sound. On August 15, 1988, the local bishop decided to approve the public devotion linked to the apparitions of Kibeho. Though the visions ended, however, with such renewed faith emanating out of Kibeho and spreading through Rwanda, many had no reason to believe Mary's prophecy would happen. However, on April 6, 1994, Rwanda's Hutu president, Juvenal Habyarimana, was assassinated. At the time, there were 3 ethnic groups: the Hutu, which made up roughly 85% of the population, the Tutsi, which was 14%, and the Twa, which was 1%. The elite class, Tutsis, had been manufactured under German and Belgian colonial rule during the late 19th to the mid-20th centuries, a tactic widely used during colonization, and the Belgians used the Tutsi minority to enforce their rule over the Hutu. There were decades of conflict between the ethnic groups, and after the president's assassination, the Rwandan forces and civilian militias known as the Interahamwe began killing the Tutsis and the moderate Hutus. The privately owned radio station Radio Television Libre des Mille Collines, known as Hate Radio in Rwanda, became a weapon, and its broadcasts inflamed tensions by telling a false political narrative to motivate Hutus to continue killing their neighbors. They stoked flames by reminding Hutus of the injustice committed against them since colonial rule, and stated that if they did not fight back, they would become slaves to the Tutsis. Following the instruction of the radio station, many Hutus killed hundreds of thousands of people. Sadly, the Virgin Mary's prophecies came true. After the genocide, and with renewed interest in the Marian prophecies, the investigation into the validity of the Kibeho visionaries continued. On June 29, 2001, the Holy Sees concluded that the Virgin Mary did appear in Kibeho, and only considered the testimonies of the 3 initial visionaries, Alphonsine, Nathalie, and Marie Claire, as authentic. 3 days later, Pope John Paul II and the Vatican added Kibeho to the list of Marian-approved apparition sites. Today, an estimated 500,000 pilgrims journey to Kibeho every year to visit the shrine of Our Lady of Kibeho, which houses a 16-foot tall Divine Mercy statue. Thank you.